For the Cloud Security Alliance cocktail mixer, I'm going to just talk a little bit about some of the things that have been going on. It's been quite a year in terms of, I think, a lot of public discussion, debate about what the cloud is, how important it is, what we need to be doing about it. And so I think we've actually made some progress, which I'm going to talk a little bit about, and also talk a little bit about some of the plans we have and where we're going so we can get you guys all involved. You know, this is a group that we're very open to people from all walks of life. If you're a vendor, a consultant, an enterprise, if you are an audit, IT audit, or if you're a security person. So what do I have to talk about? So just real quickly, I want to talk about what we're working on. And so 2009 was sort of the year of let's get people aware of this issue and that we need to be thinking about securing the cloud because it's maybe coming sooner than we think. This year the theme is let's operationalize and let's provide the community out there in the industry with some tools and some capabilities so we can actually make some progress here. So I think that if you may not be in a rush to adopt the cloud, but you should be in a rush to sort of figure out what the standards should be and how we should develop architectures and how we should communicate that. Because if you talk to executives for software companies like I do, you can sense their pressure to need to move to a SaaS model completely, even if they don't really want to, because, oh, guess what? 5 employees just left their company and they just decided to start their own competitor. It's going to be all SaaS-based, and they can do it for 30% of the cost, and you can see where that's all going. Well, I don't know if everybody sees where that's going, but it's going to come pretty quickly. So what are some things we're working on? Controls matrix. So we released something yesterday called the CSA Cloud Controls Matrix, which is a framework, 98 controls that we believe are specific to the cloud providers, and we've got it broken down by here's a provider responsibility, here's a customer responsibility, and we mapped it to NIST, PCI, ISO, HIPAA. I know I'm forgetting something, other things as well. And part of this whole theme is let's get that whole ecosystem really moving, really charging forward so that we got auditors understanding this, so we got risk managers understanding this. We think that's going to have actually a real catalyzing effect as people start using that tool. And we already know that the cloudaudit.org group, which if you don't know them, you should need to go look those guys up. They're already decided they're going to use that as their standard, and I think we're going to create a model here for some real transparency and some real accountability in the cloud. So go take a look at that tool. I'm looking forward to see who is going to be the first vendor who's going to support the controls matrix in their software, and Philippe, maybe you're going to go do that.
No, we certainly will. We certainly will. In fact, we are also looking at how we could operationalize it as well. So.
Okay. Very good. I think that's going to be real necessary. So take a look at it. We're already starting version 2, how we can put in XML, how we can do all those sorts of things. So I think that's real important. Trusted Cloud Initiative. So we've got an initiative underway for an actual provider certification focused on secure and interoperable identity management in the cloud, which we think that's a huge pain point. How can large enterprises in a trusted way be able to allow their business units to use SaaS applications that are maybe built by these small companies? That we don't want to create this huge security issue of having us duplicate corporate directories out in these small providers. But if we don't come up with a solution soon, the business units are going to go around the security people, they're going around the IT people, and they're going to say, just go do it, go buy it, and go put accounts in there. So we're working real hard on that. Liam Lynch from eBay, the chief security strategist over there, he's leading the initiative with Nick Nichols at Novell. We've defined the sub-working groups. We released a research paper, about a 35-page research paper about a lot of the issues as baseline research this week as well. So if you're interested in that space, definitely go look at that document and then go look at where you can get involved in those things. So we have a metrics working group. We have Linda Words is here someplace. She's behind Philippe, and she's chairing that. And metrics are a very important part of being able to measure our progress and move forward. And beyond that, we're also involved in other initiatives in cooperation with other organizations. So CAM, which is something that's been very European focused, is the Common Assurance Metrics, which is about sort of a shared assessments model so that we can come up with some consensus types of scoring of different cloud providers so we know that their capabilities are at a certain level and we can have some faith in them. We're participating in that quite heavily.
We are, by the way, Jim. I don't know if you know, but we're also
Qualys is as well.
We're also very much involved now with them.
NISA's in it, ISAC is in it.
Correct.
There's a lot of good groups, and we're actually doing a meeting with Bank of America in Chicago in May, where they want to talk about a BITS shared assessments, a very U.S. Centric approach, and we're going to see if can we merge those initiatives. If we get that all together, it's going to be very, very powerful, I think. And so we're also involved in this cloudaudit.org, which definitely go check that out. I think that's a real important thing. And something I'm going to tantalize you with, and I'm not going to say any more, is that we're going to make a pretty big announcement soon in the area of user certification, which we think is going to be it's going to be transformational to us and for a lot of people out there, because we think not only does this disrupt business models and a lot of other things, it's going to disrupt a lot of professions. And so we have to be ready for how that's going to change IT, how it's going to change security, how it's going to change audit. And so we're going to be releasing something there which we're very excited about, which I think is going to be a big deal. So only other thing I have to say is we're trying to get more feet on the street in regions. We've got chapters that will probably within the next 6 weeks we'll have official chapters launched in Japan, in Italy, in Spain, in where else?
Scandinavia.
Well, I haven't seen the paperwork. Oh, it's India. That's the other one that they've made a lot of progress. So we haven't seen one. I was almost here long enough to start the UK chapter, but I'm going to be leaving, so I hope some people here will talk about how they can do that. It only takes 20 founding members to make a local chapter, so let's go.